let's move on quickly to another important policy stated by the GT, or Alan Chemating. He's talked about compulsory certified internship for SHS graduates. Now, this is interesting. I think it's the first time I'm hearing about a policy like this. But questions have been asked. This morning, we activated the phone lines and we had a few people calling in saying that there aren't enough opportunities for everybody who finishes SHS to have a certified internship. Is it going to be a paid internship? How long is it going to be for? And so on. So perhaps you could throw more light on it and then we'll discuss some more.
So it's something like a gap year, and it is not something that we do know that there are not enough institutions or businesses or whatever. But this is supposed to be one stop gap because of the backlog of students that are waiting to go into the universities. That is number one. You need a policy that will control that backlog so that if students come out of the senior high schools and you delay them for a year, say those who couldn't go to the university from 2022, who are staying at home because of the numbers, no room for them, they can then go to the university. Now, you see, taking a gap year, staying at home and doing something that you like, you can volunteer. There can be voluntary work. You can get into the internship programs. You can take that time to travel. It is to let the students mature. If you look at our educational system, when I was growing up, by the time you get to O-levels, we have 17, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 21, and they are matured in their thinking. Some would come out into the world of business and do well. Now we are having children from the senior high schools, 14, 15, because of the educational system. And these are children that you just prop up into a university, and they go into the university not matured, and it's like just passing through. So we are saying that no, let us have a stopgap. Let us give them an opportunity, the youth an opportunity to think through what they want to do. Some don't even know or understand what they want to do. So parents
So during that internship period,
yes,
they're supposed to think about the future.
Yes, they are supposed to think about the future and also be exposed to the world of work. Then it can give them an informed decision to make as to whether I am good at business, or I am good at the arts, or I'm good at creative arts, whatever. You will develop a form of mindset about what you want to do when you are given that opportunity.
Is the job market able to absorb these SHS students as interns? Because one of the questions that has been asked is even university graduates are not getting internships. People who have more to offer to the world of work are not getting internships. Can the world of work absorb all SHS students?
I should think so.
For a full year.
That's what I
because
just
usually
said.
internships are for a couple of months.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
But for a full year.
Volunteer work, even voluntary work, as a form of internship, so to speak. If you can get people to do voluntary work, they would understand their surroundings better, they will understand their country better, and through that, they will be matured in their minds. Even when they get to university, they will know. Because if you're assuming that you send people from young people from here, and they go maybe voluntary, Kolebu, you go into the wards, you're helping with the cleaning, you're helping with getting patients to move, you're helping with this, you will see firsthand the suffering of the ordinary person. It will make you appreciate life better. If you're going into a processing plant area, maybe manufacturing, you will see with your bare eyes the type of challenges that they are having. It might ginger some form of interest. If you're going to go to a farming community, for instance, to help with, let's say, in a pineapple producing area where they use it for pineapple juice, you will go there, you will see. It will ginger up your entrepreneurial skills. It will ginger up your mindset of business, what you can also do before you go to the university. It might give you a change of heart. Probably you decided you wanted to go and do law, but going into that business environment, you have decided, no, I think that agriculture is a better place to go, and I have an interest in it. Because what we do is that we force our children, practically, to go into certain programs that they do not want, and therefore they don't shine. because they don't have a passion for it. So
Okay.
give them the opportunity to enter the world of work, to enter the space, and then decide for themselves, pick up their own passions, and go to the university.
Interesting. Nanaya, I like the way you're smiling. What are you thinking?
Oh, for me, you see, I always want to, before I embark on anything, I look at data and I look at feasibility. When you look at the program, I attended the
launch.
the media, yes.
Okay.
And I took a copy and I've been reading. Me, I like reading. It doesn't really matter which party. Policies are policies for Ghana. And they have an extensive program for creation of jobs. And if you know Alan from the past, he's somebody like that, who PSI, Empretech, he's into that. And this is not the first time this thing has happened. I remember when we were in school, I finished Form 5 very young. I think I was 16 or 15. And after sixth form, I think I was 17 years. But because there was a backlog, there was an issue. I remember during the revolution and the universities were closed down. So there was a gap here of 1 year. We were doing national service after sixth form. So after sixth form, we would be made to do national service because national service was 2 years. So you do your national service 1 year after sixth form, then another year after university. So it has happened before, and I don't think it should be like internship only in corporate world. You can be, yes, anywhere. It can be even in a tailoring shop.
Yes, carpentry shop.
A carpentry shop for the TVET. Yeah. So we shouldn't look, people are looking at the big corporate offices.
Yeah.
No, it can be internship everywhere.
Okay.
And yes, it is good that you go through this process. I went through it. I taught at the Royal International School.
Okay.
And I remember when I went there, later on my uncle told me when I got there, they said, hey, that daba we obey them. So, but I proved them wrong.
Okay.
Do you guys? And it also helped me to move on. So it made me very independent. And the National Service was paying us some stipend. And it helped me to be independent, to come to school in Accra on my own at age 17, 18. So it is a good policy. It is a very good policy. But I am wondering how are they going to do it? Because is it SHS students who just came out of school or the backlog of those who have not been able to enter university? That's why I always want data and the feasibility of it. What is the plan? Because we have people who have finished SHS and they haven't
gone to the university yet.
Gone to the university. They don't have a job. Like there was this data about 1.2 million young people, 1.9. Most of them are women. The 1.2 because of the women who don't have jobs or anything like that. So what is it? We need we
need details.
Yes, whenever we put a policy ahead, we need to know the plan that is going to go with the policy.
Okay.
Otherwise, it is left in the books and it cannot be implemented.
Okay. Louisa.
No. So, giving internship to senior high school graduates, and for me, it is a little bit of a stagnant policy.
Stagnant policy.
A stagnant
What
policy.
does that mean?
It's not a policy that is on the progressive side. Rodlin correctly said earlier that we have over 1.9 million of our youth who are unemployed. And then she said that our current problem now is unemployment. So everything we do now should be centered around those areas. And then she rightfully diagnosed, even though according to the basic school system we run now in the JHS, you have to be 6 years to be in class 1. So you finish JHS 3 at the age of 15. You go to secondary school for 3 years and then you are 18 years. But now people complete school as early as 14. Because of the new crèche daycare, people send their kids to school very early, 3 months, 4 months. So if we are having these people also coming out of school, some are very young, 14 years. And then we have people, 1.9 million young people who are above the age of 18 unemployed. Who is the priority? People who live with their parents, whom their parents buy for them to eat. And then people who are roaming on the streets of Accra without a place to stay. Young women who are exposed to the harsh realities of life. And around La Paz, when you walk about in the night, you see people standing around or along the streets, which according to some reasons is economic hardships. So do we prioritize these young people who live with their parents, are taken care of and fed morning, afternoon, evening, above the 1.9 million people? So are they going to struggle for jobs with these people?
So when Rodney was speaking, she spoke about the backlog of students who are unable to enter university.
Good.
So
the no fee stress policy is going to take care of that backlog.
All at once?
Not all at once. Every policy takes a certain period for it to reach its peak.
So for those who are waiting at home, what
and
to
then
do
for
with
those
them?
who are waiting at home, aside the no fee stress that's going to take care of the people who genuinely want to go to school and access formal education, there is the National Apprenticeship Program, which is also going to take care of people who are not interested in formal education. You realize that if you go to Circle right now, some people are through with secondary school. They don't want to go to the universities because their passion is probably in hairdressing, fashion design. They want to be in the fitting shops. The National Free Apprenticeship Program is going to absorb these people. What it is that they will go through that kind of apprenticeship program we had earlier. You go to the shops and learn. So it's direct hands-on training. And after which you have been trained, you get your certification, you graduate. Government is going to help you set up. So if in a year, the National Free Apprenticeship Program rolled out in this first year is taking some backlogs. The no fee stress is also taking some backlogs. And in the second year, the people who did the first backlog would have been gone. We absorbed the other backlog. So I believe that a policy should be a policy that is progressive and not a policy that will put extra pressure on the already existing problems that we have. Because already we have issues of unemployment. So if you are bringing this case out to now come and do the menial jobs that already we don't even have any for the 1.9 million youths to do, then it means that we are actually, no, I heard probably some allowances.
But you say menial jobs.
No,
Okay.
no, some, not,
You did not mean menial
No, I
jobs.
used menial based on the example she used. That's cleaning the floors and all of that, but not for the entire program.
Okay.
So I heard Nanaya say that they will be given probably some allowances.
We were
given.
when
Okay.
we did it,
So if that is the whole scheme,
that was
these
under
kids-
national service.
okay. So these kids go to school. She rightfully asked of transportation for people who go to the university. So these kids from the secondary schools going to these places to work, are they not going to board car?
Maybe not.
There is no cost of transportation.
Maybe not.
So whichever ways we look at it, even if we are giving them allowances, according to interviews and data from these people who are national service people, personnel, the monies as allowance we give them is not enough.
Okay.
So already there is stress on those allowances that we give to these people. So for me, I believe that the timing is a problem.
That's not the
That
right
is
time.
why I said it's
But you believe that it's
a
a good policy?
stagnant policy. If we have a backlog of already people who are out there in the system, and we have a theming number over 1.9 million people, young people who are unemployed, who have some skills, some don't even have anything doing, and we need to create solutions for them. We don't compound it by giving a full year to people, either to 14, 15 years, to also come and add to that burden when they already have guardians who are taking care of them. Why put that pressure on the government? So I believe that the timing
why are you
is
saying the government?
is also a problem.
From your explanation,
Yes.
did you say that they were to be absorbed by the government sector?
No.
It's not the government. It's not the government sector alone.
the government
Private sector would also do that. But one thing we should also bear in mind is that we live in a country where we know that most private entities, let's be realistic this morning. If you talk to them, the majority of the problem they say is that their cost of production is not even enough. They don't even get that for them to pay extra taxes to the government.
All right, that's our time. That's our time. That's our time. Thank you so much.
So we should be free hands that we are
I'll
going
read
to
just a
give
couple of your
TNT
messages
to.
and then we'll wrap up the segment. The no fee stress policy by JDM and the NDC is a bold vision and fantastic. It's a fantastic, realistic idea. We need to embrace it, all of us. Embrace the second coming of Mahama. The Adenta MP, Honorable Ramadan, embraces the idea. Now, for those who are asking the hypothetical question, what happens next after level 100? Do not see anything wrong with the most expensive hall called a cathedral. That's from Chris, writing to us from Ashaleboche. More messages coming in. That this is Don Line says the NDC youth policy for the teaming youth across the rank and file of the country is right. And all right. And he also speaks about the no fee stress policy, which he seems to agree with. Sam Kelly also says, now some of the questions some of your panelists are asking, it appears that a lot of Ghanaians don't create time to watch and listen to the full range of proposals being put forward by the various presidential candidates. For example, JDM and his communicators have put out a lot of answers to most of the questions being asked, especially during the NDC's recent launch of their youth policy. Well, when our guests come here, we expect them to be able to throw more light on some of the policies and the direction that they have already put out. So I don't think everybody who watched it. I don't think I don't think it's a fair thing to say. Exactly. So it's exactly. So when we come here, we want to hear further from you. All right. That's our time. That's our time this morning. I apologize to those of you whose messages I could not read, but it's the birthday of executive. It's the birthday of Mr. Gideon Akofi. He's executive chairman of Rehoboth Group of Companies. They come to the show often to tell us about how to get affordable housing. Happy birthday to you, sir, Mr. Gideon Akofi, from your team at Rehoboth and from all of us. Stay tuned. You're watching TV3NewDay. Today, we'll bring you Community Manifesto from Takwa, the Takwa Lorry Station. Roland Walker is already on the ground speaking to some of the people in that constituency, and we can't wait to share with you in a few minutes. But if you want to experience a world of scents with versatile perfume collection from French Avenue brands, whether you prefer the freshness of citrus, the elegance of florals, the warmth of wood, exotic spices, smoky richness of tobacco. Each perfume is designed to complement your unique style and your personality. So find your unique scent and elevate every occasion with a new line of French Avenue perfume from collections like Amber Dior, Enigma V. We've got Rose de Privé, Tobacco Dior, the Abarash, Caesar, Paradox, Music de Privé, Imperial, Apex, Monarch of A's, The Promise, and so many more. Go to La Perfumerie and feel good in your signature scent. For bulk purchases, you can call La Perfumerie on 0544 910 447. You can locate them in Okaishi on the ground floor of the Dromo Plaza building, adjacent Stanbic Bank on the Georgina Stores Lane. You're watching TV3NewDay. If you haven't cashed out this morning, you want to do so now, dial *439#. If you're on MTN or on Telecel, and you can win 1,000 Ghana cedis this morning. Up next is